It just become a natural thing for me. But when I was 13, then I'm like, I actually want to be a ballet dancer because before that, I want to be a military. Like, how crazy. Because I always like rules. Like, I'm very spontaneous guy, but at the same time, I like following rules in something. But then I fall in love with ballet, classical music, the story behind, the understanding, the characters. And my dream was always, I want to be principal dancer. You know, professional. They told me to audition to a Escola Estadual de Dança Maria Leneva, which is the oldest ballet school in Brazil. They almost now, I think, 8 or 9 years.
The next question: how do you ended up in South Africa?
Good one. I got a scholarship for AAB, American Academy of Ballet, in New York. Got 100%
In Jobu Ballet over 10 years. You left.
Nine.
Hello dancer, welcome to another episode of Free Dance Podcast. Today I'm happy to have in the studio now because it's his house, a Brazilian dancer. He's been here for over 10 years in South Africa. Please, let's welcome Ruan Galdino. Hello dancer, before we continue with the podcast, we just want to show all the merchandising that the W Groove Dance Company is selling. If you want to, yeah.
If you want to, you just can check on the website. But if not, you just can drop your comments here in the message or DM. We're gonna send you, and you're gonna definitely support the art for us having one of those jackets. And winter's coming, so they look super
really
cool
nice.
and have different colors. Guys, you love it, don't you love it?
Yes, I love it. So yeah, if you want to, just check the link I will put on the podcast, and yeah, you are more than welcome. See you.
See you.
Hello.
Hello.
Clap. How are you, my friend? Oh,
Good. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for
cool.
inviting me to your house and see this beautiful house with Lisa. Now she's having breakfast there. Hello, Lisa. So yeah, thank you so much, and take your time to chat about dance and about your career. I think it's an amazing career. So yeah, thank you for that. How you feeling?
I'm excited. It's just literally like, ice break in the beginning, but as you go, me, I love talking.
No, it's okay. We've been talking, and this is not like an interview. It's just like chill, telling the new generation story about you, how you became this Ruan Galdino in South Africa. Because I think many people follow you, and I think all of them, they want to hear more about you. Nice. I don't know if they get the chance to really meet you and be like, hey, this is Ruan, there is Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
So yeah, let's start from the beginning. How was your growing up in Rio de Janeiro, and what inspired you to pursue ballet?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you again to having me. This is super cool initiative, and I think it's great for for South Africa, for dancers, the dance industry. It's really nice, and I know you've been giving so much to South Africa industry as well.
Thank you.
So it's really cool. And about the Ruan Galdino thing, when you meet me, just gonna see I'm a clumsy, normal guy, just talk a lot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, of course, you have this vision, of someone on the stage and someone in person, and you kind of
it's different,
and then actually it's just a normal person who loves to dance, and I take so serious my job, so this is another thing. And yeah, and about the following as well, this year I'm gonna break on social media, so probably people haven't been seeing me a lot.
Besides, they're wondering why.
Yes,
but we're gonna get there.
I'll tell you.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah, so probably the people that knows me, they've been seeing me more in W Groove Dance Company page, because it's the page that I'm more involved now with the company I'm currently in. So yeah, but yeah, let's go. Your question about Rio, just give me 1 second.
No. And also, it's how was your growing up in Rio, and how was your what inspired you to pursue ballet?
So, growing up in Rio, I know I come from a very very humble, poor background. Not necessarily from the favelas. Probably people have heard about the favela, which is community based. Like here in Joburg, you have Alexander.
Yeah.
It's kind of like those area, very humble in Brazil. I grew up, have like 4 siblings. My parents always support me in dance, but how it happened was like I always loved to dance. I always being a very extrovert kid, so I'm not shy at all. You know me, like I'm not very introvert. So I always loved to dance, always loved to singing, always loved like acting around, like playing stuff, but never knew it was a ballet, my thing. So what happened is I start like in this school they have like a program to people do like hip hop, street dance, whatever, and then I decide, like I want to do acting and hip hop, and then my teacher keeps telling me, why don't you go to ballet, you have to do ballet, and I'm like, ballet is for girls, like I don't know in Cuba, but
it was the same, but we have more culture like of boys wanting to do ballet, but when you are in your hometown, people are like, oh, what is that? But until you made it, and then they see, oh, you are a big one, so they're fine.
Exactly what happened to me, because for me, even me, I didn't want to do ballet. I'm like, ballet, and ballet is for girls. And then my teacher like, no, men as well. And my teacher, she already performed in America. She was like, she were jazz dancer, so she already travel a lot. But she had a ballet technique as a base. And she telling me, if you do ballet, you can do all the other type of dance. I'm like, this is interesting, because she said like, if you don't start ballet now, you'll be too late. The other styles you can start later. I understand what she's saying, because not necessarily you can start later the other styles of dance, but ballet is one specific that you kind of change the shape of your body, 100%. Turn out, all this kind of thing. So when I was 10, I started doing ballet at school, and I asked her, do I have to wear tutu? And she's like, no, you don't have to wear tutu. I'm like, cool.
That's the scare of everybody.
Like this pink tutu. This is how you think, pink tutu. And I'm like, And it's like, no, you don't need to wear that. And I asked her if I would have to wear these pink shoes on my toes. She said like, no, you don't need. This is for the girls. And I'm like, okay. So I was a little bit, okay, maybe I can do it, because you're so worried, about these things when you're like 10 years old. And then 1 week after, the whole school knew that I was doing ballet. Oh, wow. And all the bullying processes started. Jesus. Like a lot of people make fun, because I was the only boy doing it. But one thing about me is that like, I'm very people's pleaser, so I want to please everyone. But at the same time, there's something about me that I'm kind of unapologetic. I'm in the edge of like, want so much people that is close to me to like me, but people don't know me. I don't care that much. So as a kid, it was very huge on me. So I'm like, people that make fun of me, like, who cares? Like, who cares? Sometimes I get a little bit frustrated. I get home, do a little cry or complain to my parents, but they always were super supportive. But in the beginning, it was just a hobby, and I did a little gymnastic as well, like artistic gymnastic, capoeira.
You did capoeira?
I did capoeira for very long, and I was the most flexible boy compared to other boys. And I told my brother, don't tell them that I do ballet. But I did always playing soccer as well, because in Brazil playing soccer is super normal. And as well, I grew up in church, Christian environment. So in a church as well, a lot of dancing, singing. So I think it just become a natural thing for me. But when I was 13, then I'm like, I actually want to be a ballet dancer, because before that, I want to be a military. Like, how crazy. Because I always like rules. Like, I'm a very spontaneous guy, but at the same time, I like following rules. I break rules sometimes.
Well, I think everybody breaks rules,
But I like to have a routine, a sense of routine. And I think that where I found my love for ballet is like how hard it is. But if you understand the technique and follow the technique, you find freedom on that. So, and I kind of have this sense for life. Like, if you have a sense of routine, if you have a sense of order, you actually find more freedom than you just try to be free. You know what I mean? Because if you just try to have freedom, but you don't organize your life, you actually become slave of your own
100%.
Lifestyle.
100%.
So I think ballet kind of gave me that sense of, this is so hard, so hectic, but give me so much freedom to express myself. So, and then I love it. And when I was 13, I said to my parents, I want to be professional ballet dancer. They're like, yes, you can do, but now you're never gonna miss ballet dance class anymore. Because some days, because of school, I'm lazy. Like, I don't wanna go to ballet today. They're like, okay.
Oh, you were that type
Yeah, sometimes.
Really?
I didn't like ballet, by the way.
I don't know what happened, because the same happened for me. Like, I didn't like ballet, and the only reason that I went to the school because my dad and my mom, they told me that I have to go. No, because I chose to do ballet, So the first 3 years it was just like so boring.
For me, sure. Because the ballet in the beginning is boring.
Yeah.
It's you just learn how to do this simple stuff. It's just so boring.
But the most important.
But after this, something happened because you connect everything. And in this, I was doing jazz, modern, contemporary, drama, capoeira. I was so busy after school. I just always doing something. But then I fall in love with ballet, classical music, the story behind, the understanding, the characters. And my dream was always, I want to be principal dancer. So
everybody.
I don't think so. Actually, I have a lot of friends that they don't feel like this. They don't feel like I want to do. They just want to dance. Some of them really.
Okay.
Some of them want to do soloist roles, but they never. I always want to be like the prince. Like I have this thing like I want to be the prince. When I was more towards 13. So I don't know. This is a little bit about me. Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. And how was the? Where do you study? In what school do you study?
You mean so I started normal school.
Well, but like the ballet. Yeah.
So I started normal school, and then I moved to this other school called Estúdio Dança Compassos in Rio de Janeiro. We have all these modalities that I just say, and then from there they understood that I want to be more professional. They told me to audition to a Escola Estadual de Dança Maria Leneva, which is the oldest ballet school in Brazil. They almost now, I think, 8 or 90 years in Brazil.
Oh, wow.
So the oldest ballet school in the Russians, Vaganova. So because after you have Bolshoi that came to Brazil, but Vaganova came from the Marinsk, from the oh my goodness, Vaganova school.
Yeah.
Moscow.
Moscow, yes.
Yes. So what happened? Maria Leneva, she was doing a tour in Brazil, in South America. If the ballet, Russian ballet.
Yes.
She was in love with Brazil, and she met someone there,
and she
wanted to stay in Brazil, and she opened a ballet school there.
Okay, that's
so it's
nice.
the oldest ballet school there. So it's like for 12 months and 6 months, you have Russian teachers that come there.
Okay, that's
teach.
interesting.
So it was very good for me. But when I was 15, 16, I moved from there and I went to Ballet, which Ballet is Ana Palmieri and Romulo Ramos, which they were my coaches there. And they have kind of a youth company, and their methodology was Vaganova as well, mixed with Cuban. Romulo and Ana very much influenced by Cuban methodology with, Vaganova.
Yes,
which is Cuban,
So it's based in...
So we call it Brazilian methodology because it's a mix of Russian and Cuban,
I mean, a lot of my teacher, they used to teach the Cuban methodology in Brazil.
Oh, yes.
And one of my friend Luisito, he's in America now. Her mom. Oh, you know Luisito?
Yeah, not from like Instagram but videos.
Well,
yes.
Yeah. So his mom used to go to Brazil and teach the Cuban methodology, and then they come to Cuba as well to learn it. And that was interesting. And what is the most significant lesson that you learned from your teacher? I believe it's Anna and Pomolov. What is the most significant lesson that you learned from them?
I think from them, they are very passionate people. The Romulo and Anna, they love the art form. It's almost this art form, especially ballet, for them, it's like sacred. And so they take serious the training, the time. A lot of times super intense with them. But I grow so much. I think what the most thing is like resilient.
Yeah.
Resilience, because depends what. When I went to them, they gave me the sense of doesn't matter how my body shape looks like, we can work on it.
That's important.
So they took like the worst of me and the best of me. So it was an amazing experience. I stayed there for 2 years and a bit. It was very short before, I went to America with them, to IGP, to World Ballet Competition, to American Academy of Ballet Summer School. I did Orlando Ballet Summer School. I did class in Alvinha, dance overhauling. Everything I was already part of balletage. So I think the most thing that I learned from them is to persist. Doesn't matter if you know the most talented in the room, just keep on working. Keep on working.
100%.
And, like focus on that. So I really admire that on them, and I take a lot. So
And they're still teaching in Brazil.
they should teach in Brazil.
Oh, that's
Yes,
nice.
yes.
They should come to South Africa.
It would
and
be
watch.
great. Yes, actually. Good
Or
idea.
us going to Brazil.
Always.
Yeah.
Most of the time when I go there for holiday, I
Yes.
teach there in some school, or sometimes just go there to do class. But
Okay.
depends on the time. Sometimes they really on holiday and I can't make it. But we still good friends. Yeah.
That's nice. And you mentioned that you went to America. So from Brazil to America is a big thing. It's a huge step. How that impacting your dance career?
Impact a lot because in Brazil, with especially for Romulo and Ana, we went to a lot of competitions in Brazil, and then. But the competition in Brazil is already hard because you have so many talented people in Brazil. It's so many talented people.
Even now, I saw the Grand Prix of Lausanne.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. That's
like
really
people
good.
super talented and they come from different backgrounds and everything you have to like fundraise, go fund. Like the mothers of the girls helping us, like it's just a lot of people supporting us to do this traveling, we dance like in the subway, dance in public spaces, just to get money, to fund money, to go to the trips. So I think to start on that, I learned so much persist, go and knock the doors, ask for help because the support of people, my friends, colleagues, my church, everyone, all of these things already, it's incredible to see we have a dream and work for it, and you go and just tell people, look, this is what I want to do, you know. And I think for South African reality, it's very proper that, because a lot of people say everyone's gonna have money to, even to pay your ballet clothing, your ballet training, your trips, like all of this is a lot of money. But I think going to America was quite shocked to the reality.
I know.
Because I heard a lot about like before go to Romulo and Ana, I heard a lot about the fact that I'm a black dancer, that I'm short, that my legs too big, my bum's too big. They always told me like, oh, you should be a contemporary dancer or or try different style. First of all, like saying contemporary dance is a bad thing. It's not it's not a bad thing. Second thing is like who are you to tell me, what I mean? Like I cannot do this, until because when in that age, you should practice, you should train. A lot of things change. Your body change, your understanding. So for me, going to America, first of all, I always dreamed to go to America more than go to Europe. But because I was so much influenced by what I heard, I'm never gonna have a career in Europe. I'm never gonna be able to go to Russia, or stuff like this, because the body type, I'm too short, whatever. So I kind of focus always to go to America because I thought there I would have more space because of the black culture there, And then getting there in America was shocked to reality because when I saw the Asian guys, they training the same age, but they were way ahead of me, and I'm just a poor boy, for the community trying to do some periods, It was shocking to the reality. Yeah, even Lisa's find funny.
So, no, I know.
You've been there.
I went to New York but also we've been following American dancing because Cuba and America, they are like similar, connected there, and we have seen a lot of dancers like José Manuel Carreño, Jose Manuel Carreño, Ethan Stilfo, Malakoff, Carlos Acosta when he was dancing there, and we have that scene, and we always seen our dream is either dancing American Ballet Theater or Royal Ballet.
Yes.
So we were looking more close to American because it was close to us.
There's more black people and it's close as well geographically.
And we always saw those people, how amazing. And when I went there, the way that they trained American school and the New York and all this, it's wow. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It was crazy for me. And one thing that I learned there, is that it's okay that I'm not the best, but I'm here.
Yeah,
I already made here. You know what I mean? To go to the finals of YGP. When you have fewer dances, like I think it's 40 boys and 40 girls, for all around the world. I was one of those in this year. Like for me, it meant a lot. But the fact I didn't make to the final, even in the World Ballet competition in Orlando, Florida, I remember I get so frustrated because you have this dream of a movie. You go to a competition and you get on the stage, have the best performance, and the reality you get there and sometimes you don't have the best performance and have so much more like other, not better people, but like training better, and they are less emotional as well because of the type of training.
100%.
You know what I mean? So I think for me played a big role to understand that that's okay to not win.
That's I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that the new generation of dancers are having now. They think that having competition, doing competition, and trying to win that will secure a place in a company or doing something. What do you think about that? What is your thought about it?
I think it's really a big mistake. I mean, it's hard to control that reality because of social media nowadays, because we are so involved in social media. We're so involved with what happened all around the world, and then we compare ourselves more. I mean, always it's a human nature, but I think with the social media, it's just easy engagement in that comparison. And another thing is, I think there's play a lot of responsibility on the parents and teachers, because if you help the student and your kid to understand that, like, yes, you're doing this, your aim is to win, but win is not everything. Doesn't gonna discern your career, because a lot of people that win competition, they don't necessarily become principal dancers.
100%.
And another thing is, a company just doesn't live with principal dancers. You need principal dancer, you need soloists, you need choreographer, you need quarter ballet, you have a junior quarter ballet, so you have a whole process to become the dancer. And then of course it's up to like how much you want to do that, the place you're gonna be as well, because I'm here in South Africa. I love to be here. It's like, and be at Joburg Ballet for 9 years, meant a lot to my career. I didn't know I would come to South Africa, so I think this thing about the ballet competition is like they can be an amazing platform to watch what other people doing, especially in this competition. They have ballet class, not just go and dance, but you have a week doing class with these people. You engage with the other dancers, you engage with the teachers. I think there's a lot to gain, but I think you cannot fulfill your understanding of dance just based on competition. So if we would say go always all the time to competition, not necessarily healthy, I don't think, because you kind of get used to a lot of dance can break them down as well. Because the competition is healthy. You're always gonna have a competition in a company or whatever environment, even a business. You have a competition, especially yes, Lisa. So, but I think it's important that we understand that it's something that will make us grow. And especially the biggest competition is ourselves, because everything is started here.
100%.
So yeah, I would say that.
I feel like sometimes I have been talking about competition because I'm not a big fan of competition. Even that I have won like 5 competitions. Nice. But for me, I just realized but the thing is like, but I just feel like it doesn't define who you are as a dancer. You can Definitely. Have 5 competitions, but you're still struggling with how you're gonna get to a company, how the way Definitely. You look. That I'm sure the company doesn't want like short guys, unless you are like amazing, And my thing is like, why do we have to take care so much about getting to the competition, not wanting to dance more?
I completely agree. And the thing is, I never won one of those big competitions. Never. Like, I won some competitions in Brazil, the national competitions, yes. Got like few scholarships as well. In Brazil, I got a scholarship for like Miami City Ballet School, Summer School, Joffrey. So Alvin Ailey, Dance of Harlem, Ballet West, I think, the Vaganova School, the Marine School in Washington. They have a Marine School there. they gave me scholarship. So I got a few scholarship, but I never won a competition. And some of the scholarship wasn't 100% scholarship. So this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of positive stuff that you can take, but I like I say, I wouldn't say just keep going to competitions, because you end up training your mind, think this is the reality. And another thing is, a lot of people there who actually won the competition, when they go to a ballet company, they have a reality of the company. They say like,
they don't know how to work in a
actually
company.
I'm not the best, actually I have to work so much to get, one more ranking or whatever, to even get the role, So I think can be really unhealthy. I think both sides, you have to have a very clear communication. Yes. I think the lack of communication between the dancer, teacher, students, it's what for me is the bigger issue.
And I think it's important to see, okay, you want to do competition, but I'm good enough to go to the competition, because some competitors, they just go, and because the teacher, they may believe them that they are good, and when you sit there on stage, that you say you are not ready. So but yes, like you say, everybody have to have a conversation, like. And
this is exactly what happened to me in Orlando. You went first to YGP as a group. So my first YGP, I didn't compete as a solo, and to just on that was a lot. It was like shocking to see the quality of the dances, but I still doing a groups thing, ensemble, and our group won first place, so it was amazing,
Okay, that's nice.
But when I went to my second biggest competition in Orlando, I went for a solo. It was 3 phases, or 4 phases. I just passed the first one. No, I don't even pass the first one. Yes, my first time, because I did twice. I don't even went to the second round. I was completely destroyed. Yeah. I was like, I am so embarrassed. So many people helped me. So now you have the weight of responsibility, and think the teacher supported me. And Anne and Romulo told me, I was crying, and then they say to me like, Juan, you still have more years to come and try to do this competition. This is why you're here, to see the reality, and now you're gonna back, and you know what you have to get better. Because the shock of reality, it's like the quality of the arm, the quality of they're able to do the whole class. They not just do the good things, because before I used to rely just in my things that I'm good and don't work too much in the things that I'm not good. And I changed my way of thinking. I have to work way more on what I'm not good, and what I'm good, I'll keep doing it as much 100%. As I can, but I need to focus on what I'm not good. Change my life completely, so can be a good thing, you know what I mean? But again, it's a matter of how you communicate and process those type of things. Anyway,
thank that's
you.
Beautiful.
Cool question.
And the next question: how do you ended up in South Africa?
Good one. I got a scholarship for AAB, American Academy of Ballet, in New York. Got 100% scholarship. I basically have to pay my flight, with a lot of help as well. And there, Ian McDonald, the former director, and I think one of the founders, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Guys, it's morning, okay? Not very much a morning person. Then Ian was one of the teachers, and I believe he still teach for AAB for many years. And then he saw me there. He saw me, and then there's this friend, John Pedro Sampaio. He won few competitions at YGP and stuff. He now perform in America. So he spoke to Romulo like, I like these two students of yours. I would like to bring them for, a trial, like 3 months with Joburg Ballet. This was 2014. But it ended up that he never emailed back. I don't know what happened, so he never actually ended up coming, this first time. I was literally like, oh, sad. I was 18, and I was like, okay, it didn't happen. First of all, I didn't know there's a ballet company in South Africa. Only thing I knew about South Africa is Nelson Mandela, apartheid, and I knew a little bit about that, and the safaris, but not about, ballet company. When I researched and I saw, Micaela the Prince already came to perform here back then. What's this other guy that came? It's a Cuban guy. I forgot now his name, but he already came as well. And I'm like, no, he's not Cuban. I think he's American. Brooklyn Mac. Yes. Yeah, Brooklyn Mac. And I'm like, oh, all right. This is so cool, Yeah. So I was excited, but it never happened. 2015, right? Anyway, so second year, I was again in the I got a scholarship again. I came, and the thing is, when I went to the summer school, I took so serious. I thought like, even though they never promised they would give a scholarship because they have teachers from everywhere around the world, I'm like, I'm gonna give my best in the scholarship. Some people just go for fun. I'm like, no, I'm here to, take the most. And I don't know, maybe Ian saw that on me. I believe so. And he's like, no, second time. He spoke to my teacher again, but my teacher didn't say anything to me. A month after, which was around July, August, they emailed me saying like, would you like to bring me to do Don Quixote? And you were here.
Yeah, that was my last year.
So and then I came, and everything worked out for me to come to dance Don Quixote. And Don Q were cancelled, but we did another show here in town because supposed to go to Spain and stuff like this. I came to the Don Q, but they canceled, and then we did a show here. But basically, it was Ian McDonald. He invited me to come for 3 months, and then on my second month, they offered me a contract to come back for a year.
So you went back afterwards?
So I came for 3 months, but then I left. I went to Brazil November, December. Yes, and then I'm back in the end of January. So I just went to Brazil to do my visa and came back.
Then come back,
So it was basically, but before I came here, I had my training program scholarship to go to Washington Ballet. So it was a very hard decision to make. I was like, but like I say, because you come from a very like humble background, to go to America, even though I have a scholarship, to the training program, I wouldn't be able to pay my lifestyle there. So what I thought, I emailed Washington Ballet saying, can I just for 1 year work here and I go in the next year, to Washington. They say like, yeah, you can do it, because I was still gonna be like around 19, 20. It's still an age for the young company there, youth company. And then they say like, yes, next year you can try, because actually was the Cuban director there. I forgot his name. Septim Young. Yes, he's the one who gave me the scholarship. I remember on YGP. And then I was like, cool, I go 1 year in South Africa, and then next year I'm going to America. Yes, and Washington's like 4 hours from New York, so it's like so close. I'll be so close to New York, But then I started falling in love with South Africa, and Ian, and the whole management team were very open about, about the career vision they have for me in Joburg Ballet. They told like, if you work hard, you may, not necessarily become principal, but you can do the lead roles or soloist roles. Like
that's nice.
Yeah, so I've kind of given me a sense of future in the company, and I was getting my salary, so I was not anymore just a student. So it changed a lot me. And then just, I don't know, I don't know if it's your questions or all, but in the same year that I came to South Africa, I was invited to perform in Russia. By Ruslan.
I was gonna go.
I remember.
Remember we spoke about it. Yes. I think I was gonna go with this girl from Brazil.
Anna.
No, Anna. No? Another one. I think she did YGP with you as well. You danced with her, Diana Ngation.
Yes, Leticia.
Leticia.
I went to Leticia, but because I remember the other year they need more, like another dancer, and I couldn't go. They said like, there's more.
And I was dancing in Dubai, so I wasn't even fit.
So going to Russia was crazy, because we did this gala, we traveled like 10 cities, everything happened the same year. So just become like, after graduate, went to ballet competition, summer school, came and did like guessing for Joburg Ballet, for ad hoc, whatever, like for 3 months. Went to Russia, danced in 10 cities, changed my mind. I was like, I'm not that bad as I think I am. Okay, I'm not the greatest for sure, because so many great people, but I'm not as bad as I thought. So it changed a lot my mind. And then 2016 I came and moved to South Africa.
And once you established yourself in South Africa, how has been for you being in South Africa?
So first 3 years super hard. First 3 years hard until you go home, because I moved here, I couldn't speak in English.
You didn't speak English when you came?
No, not at all.
You should see us speaking English.
Yeah, it was bad. I just say sorry.
So we were like Rando, Ramiro, me, Claudia,
Diana.
No, Diana came after.
Juan
Carlos came after. So, but in the beginning, were the four of us, and Nelson. But Nelson speak a little of English. But me, Randall, and Ramiro, Luisito was the only one who was speaking. So every time that someone says something at the company, Luisito, What you say?
Whatever.
What you say? Are they upset with that? What is happening with?
For me was Jonathan. I have Jonathan,
Oh,
the Brazilian
yes,
here.
yeah, that
so
was that as well.
he was my translator, like full on. It was his job, and then
But
sometimes I have to call him. Like,
he say, guys, unfortunately, you have to learn English, and that's
Yes.
how I learned English. Listen
Yes.
to the company, listen all the correction
Yes.
that they were giving us. So I try to put. I always say that I made my own English. So I
Yes.
put words that was here. Kege was another one that helped me. Word that I shouldn't be here, I put it there, and then the other one was here. Then Kege said, no, you have to change that to make a proper, sentence. So that's how I learn. I still learning, because
we all-
I haven't write or I haven't sit with a teacher and learn. Everything that I learn up is about here.
listening. Yeah, no,
Listening.
for me too. This was my journey. So the first 3 years hard, always missing home a lot. A lot of sense of like loneliness, even though I was around people all the time and friends always helped me. I go out with them and then try to pay attention to conversation, but I because I love to talk, being too quiet, in the conversation was just hard. And as well, the city is not very much alive in the evening. It's not like people don't walk so much in Rio. It's like a lot of street life. You take bus, subway. You just go around, So he to have to use Uber or the company driver to go everywhere. It just kind of
It's
a
hard,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
hard in the beginning, but then you find life because community become your way of living. It's more about the people you're with than actually just the job. The job was kind of like a dream come true, and of course when I started doing in the end of my first year in the company, I started like already being bracket cost for some like lead roles and soloist role. When I arrived, they already put me to do like, Peasant Pa, Hilarion, Mercutio and Romeo and Juliet. So like all of those things, even though I was the 7th, 6th like cast, a lot of people would get injured or something happened, then end up being the first cast, second cast, and doing more shows. So like all of these opportunities start like my thing was in the beginning was I wake up always so excited to go to work. I'm like, one more day, I love doing class, I want to be the best. In the evening, I was so sad, crying, like, miss home, I couldn't speak. Next day, I wake up excited.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
evening,
yeah.
I'm sad, call home. I was already dating, we're calling home, talking. Anyway, so it was difficult, but like, I love Johannesburg. I love being here. It's been like literally my second home, and I'm grateful, community, work, all these things that happen in our family,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what was your first role in Johannesburg in the Yobu Ballet?
I think official being part of the company was Peasant Pa
Peasant.
and Hilarion.
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
How would you describe the dance community in Johannesburg compared to Brazil?
So of course in Brazil I was always more part as a student because as I become 18, 19 I left Brazil. But I would say it's very similar. I think it has to do with the culture because Brazil and South Africa have a lot of similarities in terms of emerging countries, So even when it comes about the cultural side, everyone is kind of hustling a lot, they're hustling to make it happen. But what happens if sometimes that hustle mindset is that like the competition can become a little bit unhealthy and people become like the students a lot of time become ownership of the teacher, and I think this is a little bit problematic for me. I believe I think if the teacher could be a little bit the teachers, and I'm talking about Brazil and South Africa as well. I think it's the same, like I say, very similar. If the teachers could become a little bit less selfish, if I can say, I'm just putting out.
No. Say it. That's what I want to have in this podcast.
Because if you can be a little bit selfless, and say no, I think this is my limitation as a teacher to this student. Go now and train with this other teacher or in this other school. They're gonna give you better, because then you less just. I mean, I know everyone has to survive and have a student. That pay. Is important, but sometimes there's so much about when you give, you receive so much. So people see that this good student came from your school. Even it's just the base of the ballet. They say like, oh no, there's a good school there. The teacher really wants this student to become a professional dancer and a good dancer. So I think in that note, it's my like negative note about both like Brazil and South Africa. But one thing is the access in Brazil is a little bit better. You have more dance schools, which make the competition bigger, but make nice as well because it make more people interest about it. So I would like to see more, more
diversity
more diversity,
and more. Not that diversity, more like understanding and more collaboration.
More collaboration.
That was the word.
This is the word. More collaborative work. I think if you have this mindset, you'd grow way more with, ballet, contemporary, modern, all these like styles, like, and teachers, sometimes maybe the dancer do ballet in this school and do contemporary in another school or stuff like this, when the school don't give all these classes. I think that would be so great for Johannesburg, and I think as well, I think it would be great as well to understand that like dance overseas is really good, and I think if any dancer want to go overseas, I think they should. If they dream, I always dream to go overseas as well, like to dance, but to kind of give the good positive side of the own country, own national dances, the national companies, like you can go there and start, at least if you start your career in this company. So I think if it has more encouragement and positive talking about each other and less bitterness in the industry, it would definitely give us a better place to move forward, especially if the younger generation.
I completely agree with that. I'm completely agree with that, because I feel like sometimes that just, if they do that, they just feel like, but you have to come back to me, or if you go, just watch yourself, you're going to be in a problem. So I don't think that the dancer or the new generation of dancers need to have that pressure of them feeling like, okay, if I go to this place, my teacher is going to feel
I'm dishonoring, disrespecting.
So I think that have to change, and I'm completely agree with you.
And I'm super open about that. Everywhere I go, everywhere I teach, give workshop, or perform as a guest. I perform before the Johannesburg Youth Ballet in my first year, or I perform as a guest for Cape Town City Ballet. Now I'm performing with W Groove. Never really with Munzanzi Ballet, but I did the competitions, a Dirk's competition, ACBC as a judge, there in Cape Town. So like I'm literally everywhere. And everywhere that I go, I really avoid the beef on the tea, like this is what the people say, like the issues. Avoid, because for me it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like for me, just like you respect my work, I respect your work. And let's collaborate. Let's do it. Like I want to make sure that we're doing something together that will give something back, especially to the young generation, but not just the young generation, because the older generation, the most supportive ones. So for me to have that mentality wherever I go, when people want to know, the problems inside of Joburg Ballet, I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you the problems there. It's like, you don't go and tell people your family problems. You know what I mean? Like you don't go and share your the problems you have with your wife. Like this is like your company. You deal with that. We do have issues, but anywhere you go, you have issues. It's just human interactions, 100%. But like if you go like above that, like you go and think, it's a place that you have, yes, you do have problems, but you have a lot of good things. So like change that mentality. Wherever you go, it gives like a lot of freedom and as well a lot of space to be able to collaborate and to feel as well. Don't feel bad, when you go. And of course, I'm not saying that everyone likes me. Probably not. But if they don't like, I don't even know. They probably talk about me, maybe, but I don't even know. Because I'm not so interested, to know who doesn't like me. I just interested, you want to work with me? I'm keen. Let's work. So
no, it's beautiful. We were talking the other day. Like I'm in a type of the place right now that I feel like no one needs to be judged. Like. Whatever you do, that's the reason that you did it. But I don't feel like judging, because in ourselves we have a lot of things to fix. That if we start judging other people, means like you haven't fixed what you have inside, and I think we need to start doing that.
No, yes, I am from the understanding of when I think about judging, it's more in the word like condemnation, in a sense of because one thing when you judge something in terms of discerning, so let's say there's a black mug and there's a white mug. I'm judging that like this is white and this is black because I can see this is white. So you make a discernment of, I discern this is white, discern this is black. But now, which one is better? Oh, each one, like you want to drink your coffee. You decide which one you want to drink. Like, I should not decide for you. You know what I mean? But if you want to change, cool. Like, change. It's your thing. But I think for me, this is like, because exactly what you're saying, when you judge in that way, it actually means that you have a lot in yourself. Hey, Lisa. You have a lot in yourself that you need to work on, because you spend so much more time. And this is the problem about judging others. You think everyone's judging you, and then you're kind of not able to get freedom. Then it's a very problematic situation.
Dancer, pay attention, please.
It's so true, because if you realize if you're judging so much, you actually think everyone is judging, and not necessarily.
No one is doing that.
No, like if you really think everyone is thinking about you, they're not. And even me, that I'm like very open in social media, whatever, very fine on Instagram, having so many followers. Not everyone care about what I'm doing, 100%. And I'm so aware of that. Not everywhere that I go in the dance industry, everyone knows who is Ruan Galdino. Like, they don't know, like, and that's okay, and like it's super okay. So not everyone look at me think, oh, it's Ruan Galdino, or like, oh, you from Jabugo Ballet. Like, actually not. I just went, to Cape Town City Ballet. I had the most good time when I moved to W Group. A good time when I did a thing last year. Manzanzi Ballet did in the 4 Ways Mall.
Yes,
the performance there.
How is it called, babe? The
gala. Yeah, there's the gala and the Expo. Yes, sorry, Derek. You remember now.
The Expo, yeah.
Expo. So he did the gala and did the Expo, and I was there with the dance of Manzanzi and talked to everyone nicely. Everyone super nice to me. So just like, no problem at all, and some people don't really knew me. Some people knew because they come to Jabugo Ballet. So it's just that atmosphere. They're like, please, just humble yourself,
100%.
And it's a reminder, because being humble is not about like how you not know the good things that you have. Being humble is know what you have good, but know what you don't have good as well.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Yeah, I completely. That's good. That's beautiful. Let's just move forward. You being in Jabugo Ballet over 10 years. You left.
9 years.
Nine. Sorry, I said 10 in the beginning. So
10 years I've been in South Africa most, because I'm now like almost 7-8 months that I'm not with Jabugo Ballet anymore.
So how was leaving Jabugo Ballet? How was that for you? Now you are in W Group company. Me as well.
Which I'm happy to have you.
So how was that?
Big move. It was hard decision. Wasn't easy. A lot of like grieving process inside. At the same time, a lot of excitement. I know for a lot of people it was like shocking. Moving. Leaving Jabugo Ballet. When I was promoted to principal as well, a lot of people didn't even knew that I wasn't principal. A lot of people thought I was already principal.
Oh, you already, yes.
Yeah, because I've been doing the lead. I've been in the company. I was in the company for 9 years. And doing lead roles around 7, almost 8 years, because since my second year I started doing the lead. I was promoting very consistently in like every second year or something, like corps ballet, senior corps ballet, soloist, senior soloist, and then I stayed as a senior soloist for quite long. And then like moving from Jabugo Ballet requires, for me, it was a thought that I was having in the last 2 years before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like for 2 years since 2021, 2022, I was really thinking about, should I try to go somewhere else?
Maybe leaving the company? The country.
Yes. I always thought if I leave Jabugo Ballet, I would leave the country, because I really like Jabugo Ballet. Like, love my time Jabugo Ballet. Very special. Like, I grew so much. I like all the choreographers that came in, with the colleagues that I have there, and friends, of course. My friends are amazing, and Ian McDonald's played a big role in my career completely. So he's so hectic with the guys. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, like Ian,
Yeah, I know, but
But I took as a good side. Like, remember, I want to be a military guy.
Yes.
So for me, if you push me hard. I work through pressure so well. Like if you tell me do that, and I understand that you want the best of me, you know, Michael Revere, you know, like Michael Revere, I had such a hard time with him, but you know, he was so good, like to push me. Jonathan, Juan Carlos, like all these principal dancers were there. Like I have like all these guys that I look up to, and I'm like, I wanna become like them. If they became principal and they act like this or they work like this, I want to have that. So my time with Joburg Ballet was just amazing. I literally was living my dream, doing all my roles as a principal, you know, like, you know, Giselle, like Carmen, so many ballets. I'm like, so many great stories to, you know, tell the story, and so hard to do it. Like, had a lot of crisis, a lot of like anxiety. Am I gonna be able to do? Am I gonna wear like the white tights? You know, so all these things. So it was really hard to leave Joburg Ballet, but I get married. It's been 3 years married now to Luma.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And this year is celebrating 3 years. The best gift in my life. Our baby now is now 7 months. So since we knew like the Luma is pregnant, we want to get pregnant. So I was thinking, you know, ballet consumes a lot of time, and I don't regret. Since young age, a lot of hours and hours of training. Like after school, just training, you know. And I always do extra work. So Saturdays, Sundays, competition, afternoon, evenings training. And when I moved to Joburg Ballet, life was so busy as well, because I always, you know, 6 working, just get home at 7 something because of traffic. So you leave home early, come back late. Like always trying to go, you know, to the gym, trying to do other things. I always do a lot of outside work. So always doing a lot of corporate teaching, social media. So my life was basically working. But because my work's my passion, you don't put the line for a while. You know what I mean? So of course, be always so full time in my social media engagement, or doing all, you know me, doing like fashion weeks, all these events. Bro, there's some weeks that I go to 3 events the same week, or some nights that I go in 2 events the same night, just to do the red carpet kind of thing, you know, like just to make the red carpet. So I go to one event, stay there for an hour, and move to the other carpet to the other event. And people always joke with me in this, you know, with all this industry outside, with the models, singers, you know, and stuff like this. They always say to me, I'm the socialite of ballet. And always like I have like friends that are designers. They design outfits for me to go to this event. So then I kind of, you know, so for me it was a lot of work. In my first year marriage, I brought Luma to this event with me. She was getting so tired. Shame, my poor wife. Probably more tired than to have a baby. I'm joking, but you know, like she had to be in these events a lot, and she always supportive. You know, even though she have her outside work, you know, as an English teacher, interpreter, wasn't a full-time job, so she had a lot of time to support me, be with me. But I just realized it's kind of become unhealthy, and this is why it's so hard for artists, especially like ballet dancers, to have a family. Because even though Joburg Ballet doesn't travel overseas all the time, just because we work a lot on the holidays, we used to work, you know, a lot on the weekends, which is normal because we're in entertainment, you know, you're working in entertainment, so people go to watch you in their free time, but then our free time is only Monday or Tuesday, you know what I mean? And you come back home late. So I started like think about these things, and then I'm taking a bit long this question, but I think it's a good one too, because a lot of people ask me about it, and whoever doesn't know me, it's nice to let know.
No, 100%.
In 2023, we were in Cape Town. I was doing the gala Johan Massaval. It's like was a big gala there in Cape Town. He's the first black dancer to dance with Royal Ballet. Long time before.
We saw. I think during the competition. No, I think no. He make a video of like an homage for him.
Exactly.
It was amazing.
Honoring him, right? Amazing. He was 90 something, and then what I remember is like, when I was in this gala, I was doing Bluebird, you know, as a guest artist with Chloe Blay. And I was living a dream. I was there. They put us in an amazing hotel, so close to Artscape, doing this amazing thing. And I was like, this is a dream. But somehow, after the performance, I was feeling a little bit like, I'm not too excited about it. And then I started thinking, I feel weird about it. I'm feeling a little bit like numb about it, which is not normal for me because I feel like excited if I do a good performance or bad performance. Then I realize maybe this is not fulfilling me, as normally I used to be. And then I got my injury, and then after my injury I'm like, wait, I'm not ready to stop dancing, but I'm ready to
slow down.
I'm actually ready because it's been almost 10 years doing that. So on that note, it was when I made my decision, to resign from the book Ballet. On that note, I knew W Groove has different type of schedule. I had a conversation with Holly and Will Groover about it. Asked them, would you give me a proposal to come and work with you guys? Contemporary is definitely not my strong point. I don't think I'm the greatest in contemporary, but I'm keen to try something new, and I'm gonna be working for less hours and stuff. And then the proposal they gave to me was great because I would be working some hours in the office doing marketing, advertising, branding, and as well dancing. So I'm like, wow, because this is the area I would like to grow more besides dancing, and I'm like, why I don't do that? So I went to book Ballet in June, and then June last year, and I say, look, I'm resigning for these reasons. Gave them all the reasons, and say I should love to come and collaborate, be a guest artist, which I already did, and maybe soon I'll do again. We're always talking about being a guest with them. So, and they were, of course, was a little bit, not expecting shocking, shocking for everyone, but I think it's a moment in life that you have to make decisions for you and for others. And I think I made a decision mostly for my family, which relates so much to me as well, and for what I see in my life in the future. So, and I'm like, maybe I'm not gonna be doing all the lead roles, but I definitely wanna be still here in my community, my church, and my friends around. So, and then July they promoted me to principal, and I was like, oh, thank you, but they say there was a way of, honoring me for all the years of work. They say it should happen before, didn't happen before, so they gave me in this time because they have new management. So I was super grateful. But then, of course, in August, I did the Sleeping Beauty with them, but I did La Traviata as well, in the beginning of August, and August was my last performance with them. But I'm back in, Mario's Gaglione and the Chart and Chocolate Factory, and I guess as a Willy Wonka, and it was fun as well to do that. So so it was, and I'm just really enjoying my time with W Groove. I'm working with Holly, and it's definitely a smaller company just to work in the branding and all the cool things that are coming up. It's just been absolutely amazing. I didn't know I would love as much I'm loving now. And of course growing my contemporary as well. It's just now change. I'm like, oh, I'm not actually know much. I thought I knew it. I have so much to learn.
Now contemporary is just another world.
And it's less demanding physically. I mean, it's a lot of demand, in a lot of ways, but physically there's a little sense of I can I come home and I'm not that tired, so it feels good.
That's really nice. That's beautiful.
So
that's
I
beautiful.
took very long this question.
No. That's amazing. That's amazing. I think we needed to talk about that because that thing is a really important part of your life right now.
Definitely.
But you're happy with what you're doing.
So grateful.
That's
I'm
good.
so grateful.
That's what it's
so grateful for the book Ballet, and so grateful for that Big Groove, and so grateful for all the other companies in school that have been inviting me.
Is it gone?
And it's been an exciting year of so many collaborations, and
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And just towards to companies, what do you think are the key elements to make a ballet company healthy, in physically and mentally? What do you think would be?
I would say good management. It's the key because it's like if you think of like a triangle, like the head is important, but the base is important as well. So the management today, you're gonna determine it like the values of the company, but then not just written down, but like make those values like in a daily life important, which is it's a very tricky situation because you have to have a strong management in terms of where you stand, but at the same time you have to be very you have to listen a lot to what people are going through, because behind the dancers there are people, humans, so I think what make a company health is a clear communication and clear boundaries. Because what happens is, okay, sometimes dancers are not happy with the boundaries that management put, but then maybe this is not the company for you. You know what I mean? This is why there's other ballet companies. You know what I mean? So any company that you work, you have how you say, like, you have things that you like and have things that you don't like. It's just normal, like, but having clear boundaries, which is like, this is what you can do, this is what you cannot do. It gave a healthy environment, because it's like, you're going to traffic, when you have a load shedding, it's a nightmare, right? Because there's no clear order. Even though, you should do one, another one. So order is actually a good thing, So when things are messy, not clear, communicated, then you have like an unhealthy space, because people don't know where they should go, what they could do, what cannot do. Another thing about health, I think, and environment, it's when you actually really take care about the mental state of the dancer. In the appraisal meetings, or you check where the dancers are at, and encourage the dancer. Sometimes giving criticism is a good thing. So you have to give.
But this is the way how you say it.
Exactly, the way, and what's your goal? Because if you just think the dance as a product that you manufacture, it's not like this. There's feelings, there's history, there's so much, and how we feel change a lot how we perform in the end of the day. So when you feel valued, when you feel encouraged, when you feel like, I know you maybe not doing super well right now, but you're a good dancer, or we expect this from you, you can achieve that. So like there's a way of doing that, but it has to come from whoever's leading. If you, and I think for whoever's leading, have as well to take care of themselves, because if you're trying to please everyone,
it's impossible. It
doesn't work. So unfortunately, we're not always gonna be happy with everything the company put as boundaries and values. But I think it's really important having that clear, communicated. Then everyone that is there know where they're standing. Stand for. So I think I would say
that's important.
Yeah,
that's really important. And the last one, what message will you give to the new generation of dancer?
Cool. I mean, for me, what I always listen and help me so much is like, never give up. But I don't want to say that, because give up, it's a word that you can say giving up, Sometimes you don't give up, you change direction. So I would say, if you dream, work for it, ask for it, in the sense of study, like read, research, talk to other people, like your teacher, your people, your parents, whatever, like they need to know what you want to do, what you want to be, who you want to become, what's your dream. I think speaking about these things is really important. Don't keep everything to your mind, think things gonna, I know it's so hard to say for someone that will extrovert, so much easier than someone who's introvert. But if you have like one teacher, you go and talk to your teacher. If you like, send an email asking about stuff, research about certain things. I think just become a dancer is not the only thing. It's a full pack. It's how you behave, how you think,
100%.
Things that you read, things that you study, like have like a sense of knowledge and understanding about the industry and outside of the industry. It make you a full artist. And then like whatever you want to go, choose to go, you see an opportunity, they want to have you, not just because of your dance, but the pack. They come as a dancer. So I think my advice would be that, and say like, don't fool yourself with social media. Sorry. You know, when you see don't fool yourself. It's not 100% real. I'm not gonna say it's 100% fake because it's not.
Yeah.
You know, but to that beautiful photo that you see there, people at least try 3 times to get that pose. Sometimes by luck you get in the first to get this 7 turns, probably fall so many times, or try so many times. When you go to a performance and you see someone turning 5 pirouettes, it's because probably on the daily basis they turn 7.
100%.
So on the competition they turn 5. So if you turn 5 every day on the competition, probably on the performance you turn 3. You know what I mean? So don't fool yourself with that, because it's just a video that you make look good for people to, and you're never gonna expose your bad side as well. So when we post ourselves, we want to post the best, but don't believe 100% that. And if it's realize kind of unhealthy, take a break and come back. Just use to inspire you and not to frustrate you. And
for me, just be real,
be real. I try so much. I mean, this year I'm off my social media. I decided to give a break. I don't want to expose my life as much. I want to have actually a normal life. No one asking me to share my life, but people get used to it. I get used to it. So I decided, this year I want to be a little bit less exposed. I want our baby to not see us in our phone all the time, be more time reading, and I have so much more time. I can't even tell you. So it's been great. So I would say that definitely use social media, but try to take the best of it. And if you realize you're just scrolling to entertain yourself and compare yourself, just stop and do something. Go outside, breathe, read. I don't know.
So thank you, man. We're gonna do a quick game. It's called Quick and Answer Questions.
All right.
So please, really, really fast.
Okay, I'll try. I'm not that fast.
Okay. So let's go. Rio or Johannesburg?
Rio.
Favorite ballet to perform?
Quickly, Giselle.
Classical or contemporary dance?
Ballet, because I do ballet every day.
What is your go-to snack after rehearsal?
What is
your go-to snack? Whatever you pick to eat after rehearsal.
Coffee. It's not eating, but coffee for sure. Yes.
The most
banana. Yes.
Okay. The most challenging role you ever have danced?
Giselle.
Dream destination to perform?
Dream destination. New York.
Favorite song to dance?
No, wait. I always perform in New York. Sorry. Dream destination. Europe. Netherlands.
Favorite songs to dance to?
Favorite song to dance to? I love Brazilian funk, even though the lyrics not the best sometimes, but I love the rhythm. So yes.
One dancer who inspires you?
Carlos Acosta.
What is the first thing that you do before stepping on stage?
Pray. Always.
That's not me too. If you weren't a dancer, what would you be?
I want to be a politician. Or maybe a pastor. I don't know. Yes, this would be. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Just so good.
Really nice. So nice. Really nice to get to know you. Because I think we never spoke
so long. We always meet in the events or parties.
But that was nice. That was nice to speak to you and see where you're coming from and what is your dream, man. And I think you are amazing, man. Thank you so much.
You're amazing. It's been so good working for you, bro. You've been such an inspiration. Just so nice.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
You inspired me when I come to Don't Care. So you're doing this triple assembly, 8 periods on the stage. I was like, what I'm set up myself for? I'm set up for failure in the company. But now it's just so inspiring. And it's been so great that you're joining that big group now. And I think it requires a lot of humility to sometimes you go from those big companies that you have this 1,000 audience, and you go to a smaller company with less dance and a small audience because the company is new. I think it requires a lot of being humble, and you want to support the art in the country, and and it's super cool to have you around.
Thank you.
I've been growing a lot just doing class with you, and of course a good laughs with you.
Good, man.
Speaking
Thank you.
Spanish.
No, I mean for me it's just amazing that in the place that I am now that I joined the company, because it feels like relax, like not relax in terms of everything is chilled there, but just like
the cost is so hard.
but it's more like, okay, it's a really nice place to be and peaceful.
Yes,
that's what I feel
the
important.
same. And it's so cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you for coming to my place. And
Thank you for inviting me.
Your wife, and then being
and Lisa is already sleeping, or she's
really. I hope so.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Free Down Podcast. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow in all social networks. I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.
Bye. And you can buy this as well.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Cool, man. Thank you so much. That was